Hello, everyone. So it is April 2nd. I just updated the W.I.S.E public portfolio, put it up there. I'm excited about that. We're up 23% in that account, and we're up 32%, came down a little bit after just the last couple of days. There was a little retraction, but still doing well there. Added some more money in there. As you can see over here, I got to update my goals board and my disciplines for April. But April, I'm super excited about what's going on, and I've got merch coming out. So we got some Make Wise Decisions t-shirts, some mugs, and I am working on an ebook, working on a couple of ebooks, and also going to be doing a 30-day challenge that we're going to be starting on April 16th. So look out for all that news. So anyway, that being said, what I wanted to do in this video is talk about the philosophy of trading in general, and talking about being a surfer. I've come up with this analogy of surfing, and so, as far as looking at stocks, what a lot of people do is they get involved, they see the excitement, they see something like shoot up all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I got this idea from like looking at charts, right? And we see like, it'll be flat for a long time, then it goes, whoa, and then it, comes back down. And a lot of people, they get the FOMO, right? They see the wave, they see people making money. They're like, that's exciting. I want to do that, right? So, let me show my picture here. All right, let's start. So here we have our surfers, right? And out here on the beach, which you can't see, are all the people who are too scared to get involved in investing. It looks hard, it looks difficult, it looks exciting, but they're like, I'm not going out there because it's just pandemonium. I'm going to lose all my money and I'm scared. And so that's fine. You could sit on the beach with a lot of things. You don't have to go and surf, but the excitement and the money is made when you're in the game, not when you're sitting on the beach and sitting around and holding on to your money. And the people on the beach, by the way, are, the beach is slowly eroding from the waves anyway. You're holding your money, but you're slowly getting closer and closer to the water anyway, just because your money is sitting in a bank and it's eroding anyway. So let's say when you start off, you're like this guy here. You're like, okay, let me paddle out, and you're looking at all this chaos and whatnot. And think of the surfers. The surfers are like the individual investors, and the water is like the stocks, not the stock market, an individual stock, right? So this guy is just getting started, just set up his brokerage. He's like, all right, let me go out, give it a try. All right. Now, these guys here are the people who are FOMOing in. All right. Like they're just like, okay, I need to get on this. And this guy up here is another FOMOer, right? So like he's way up here at the top of the wave trying to catch the wave, and he's just way too late. Like he's trying to put his money in, and the wave's already cresting, like it's already at its top, and he's just like, okay, let me start getting my money in. He's going to try to get there, and it's going to be too late. He's never going to catch it. These guys, not necessarily too late, but they're also getting in too late. Well, I guess this guy was there too early, didn't jump in on time. These guys are getting in way too late. They're like, oh, this wave is coming. Oh my God, this stock just went up. It just went up, 20, 25%, 30%. Let me start putting my money in. You're too late, buddy. You're too late. You're not going to be able to catch this wave. See this guy? This guy's catching this wave, right? He's on it. He was there beforehand. He was already paddling way back here. He was paddling, and he was ready to go. He had his money in, he had secured his position, and now he's just riding the wave. He's going to have a great time on this wave, but these guys are going to try to get in, and they're too late, really too early, and they didn't have enough money into the position to really enjoy it, right? So now what you want to be as you look at these people is see all these people who are like just paddling, and the wave is going, and they're just like ignoring it. Like you could be this guy and like watch it. Like he's like, hey, nice, good job, you guys caught that wave, right? This is like me when people tell me about, I'm making all this money on this, or I'm making all this money on that. It's like, you want to be like this guy, because what you want to be like, that's great for you, bros. Like, I'm glad you made money. I'll see you on the next wave. Like, you can't then all of a sudden turn into this guy and be like, oh, they're making money, let me turn around and start paddling and try to get into this. No, it's too late. Like, just let those people go. And you have to understand, right? There's always another wave, right? There's always another wave. There's always another crest. There's another something on the horizon. And if you're too late, if you're constantly FOMOing in, trying to catch the waves too late, like, what's going to happen to this wave as it keeps going? It's going to crash, right? And it's going to go down. You're on the back end in the white water, getting knocked over, and you lose all your money, and you're losing your surfboard, and you're losing everything. You're losing your consciousness because you're too late all the time, right? So you can't get FOMO. Don't be these guys, these red jacket dudes, right? These are like the newbies, right? And be like these guys, right? So they're like, look, hey, this wave's going, I didn't catch it. And this is exactly what happens when you're looking at the stock market, and it's like all of a sudden this goes off and this goes off, and you hear about, you know, D.W.I.S.E happened and you're too late, and then you hear this one happen and you're too late, and oh, a GameStop happened and I'm too late. Like, you know, like, you can't wait until the wave all of a sudden crests and then start trying to catch it. It's too late, right? So what you do is just be excited, let waves go by. Don't FOMO. Don't get mad that you weren't on it, because there's a whole ocean of waves coming, right? So what are you going to get super upset that you didn't catch this particular one? You're not going to catch every wave. No surfer catches every wave just because of timing, right? So just let it go, right? So you want to be, you see this guy up here? This is the guy. This is my favorite guy in this picture, right? Some people are looking at this one, but this guy is the guy, right? He's not even paying attention to this wave. He's like, what is coming down the line? Where's the next one going to be? You know, I don't care, but look how high he is. He's sitting up here, and, you know, he could be like this guy, like turning around. Like, you see these guys are like, I don't care what just happened behind me. I'm looking for the next wave. This guy's already sitting there, his money ready. He's looking for the next swell so he can then be this guy in the future, right? And so this is what you want to be looking for when you're in the stock market. You want to be, this is why when I say the three things you want to be looking for is product, the management, and the financials, right? Like I talk about FUV. I'm going to do a video in a minute about FUV. Like FUV, like looking this, I feel like this guy when I'm looking at FUV or any of the ones in the public portfolio. I feel like this is AMC right now. This is like, it's not happening right now. We're looking that way, not backwards, not what happened behind me, or trying to catch into, oh my God, you know what? I don't even know what's taking off right now in the market, but, you know, chasing oil futures, right? Oh, Russia attacked Ukraine. Let me go get into oil. And then oil's already, you know, fallen already. Like, it was too late. You should have been if you were going to be in oil, you should have been sitting there last year during the pandemic when oil went down to like nothing. That's like this guy saying, okay, look, eventually we're going to come out of the pandemic. A year from now, 2 years from now, I know oil is not going to be this low. It was, by the way, oil during the pandemic, during 2020, was literally negative 60 cents a barrel at one point. Like, they would pay you to take their oil, right? That's when you wanted to be, that's this guy going, oh, maybe oil's coming up in the future. And then when when the pandemic went away, and now you're not going to predict the Russia attacking Ukraine, but you could have predicted that, hey, these oil prices are ridiculously way too low, and now is the time to get in on the next big thing. And then it pays off, and now you're this guy when oil hits $122 a barrel, you know, from negative 60 cents, and you're riding that wave, and then you can get out and be these people swimming back, you know, taking their money and putting into something else and trying to get back to be this guy again, right? As opposed to being these guys like, oh, oil's going up, Ukraine attack, let me jump in. No. So like FUV right now, the stock just went down, but I just watched their earnings call, and like I said, I'm gonna do a second video here. And you know, I'm just seeing their production. I'm seeing the way they're lined up and how they're setting up, and people are looking at the numbers. Right, there's people looking at these numbers for FUV, and they're like, well, their sales are down and their profits are down. And I'm just looking at their balance sheet. I'm looking at the potential of the company. I'm looking at the products that they're making. I'm looking at their management. I'm looking at their financials. Like, even though they're not making any money right now, they're not. They're before production, they're ramping. So how can they be making a lot of money? They shouldn't be making a lot of money. They're a growth company. but I want to make sure that they see that their growth. When I looked at their financial statement, I'm like, wow, their balance sheet is really good. They have a lot of assets, very little debt. They're putting money into R&D. So they're doing the right things for the stage that they're at. And I'm like, wow, in 4 or 5 years, this company could be, it could be a $50 stock, where today it's a $5 stock. So I'm waiting for that. I'm looking out there, I'm looking at this, right? Not getting all crazy about this. And these swells, this is what the news is talking about. This is what the financial media is talking about. They're constantly just talking about this. And this person who's brand new is looking at this and going, oh, that's where I want to be. This guy, do you think well, look where he's looking. He's looking over here. He ain't looking at this guy. He's looking at this guy, right? He's like, look at this guy making all this money. He's doing great. Look at these guys. Look at this guy making all this money. I want to do that. They should be looking at you. They don't want to be this guy. This guy, it's too late. You all, it's too late, bro. Look at this guy. Where's he looking? At this guy. Oh, see, you can be this guy, but you got to be this guy first. So hopefully that makes sense. That's my little surfing analogy. And yeah, make wise decisions. Thanks for being a part of the W.I.S.E community. And I'll talk to you all soon.